Across the vast Pacific Ocean, countless islands rise from the depths, many formed by ancient volcanoes. Among these are the atolls, ring-shaped coral reefs encircling a central lagoon. Kiribati, Vanuatu, Micronesia, and the Marshall Islands are just a few nations that call these idyllic atolls home. Life on these islands is deeply intertwined with the ocean. Generations have relied on its bounty for sustenance and their cultural identity. However, this delicate balance is under threat. The very existence of this island nations is in peril. Rising sea levels, a consequence of global climate change, are slowly swallowing their homelands. These are not distant projections, but present dangers, evident in the increasing frequency and intensity of king tides. These tides, once a seasonal occurrence, now regularly flood homes, contaminate freshwater sources, and erode coastlines. The primary threat to atoll islands is the relentless rise of sea levels. As global temperatures increase, glaciers and ice sheets melt at alarming rates, adding more water to the ocean. Simultaneously, the warming ocean water expands in volume, further contributing to rising sea levels. For low-lying atolls, even a small increase in sea level can have devastating consequences. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change projects a global sea level rise of up to several feet by the end of the century. For atoll nations, this could mean the complete submergence of their land and the displacement of their people. The very notion of a nation-state is challenged when its physical territory is swallowed by the sea. Rising sea levels are not the only threat. The warming ocean also disrupts the delicate ecosystems of coral reefs. Coral bleaching, a phenomenon caused by warmer water temperatures, leads to the death of coral polyps, the building blocks of reefs. These reefs protect the islands from erosion and provide habitat for a diverse array of marine life. Another consequence of rising sea levels is saltwater intrusion. As seawater encroaches inland, it contaminates freshwater sources, critical for drinking and agriculture. This salinization threatens food security and forces communities to rely on expensive and often unsustainable desalination plants. Uprooted lives. The environmental impacts of climate change have profound human consequences for atoll communities. Displacement is a growing concern as rising sea levels and extreme weather events render homes uninhabitable. Families are forced to relocate within their islands or migrate to other countries, often leaving behind their ancestral lands and cultural heritage. The loss of land and displacement also threaten the cultural identity of atoll peoples. Their traditions, stories, and livelihoods are deeply intertwined with their environment. As the sea encroaches, it not only submerges their physical homes, but also erodes their cultural heritage. A fragile lifeline. Faced with these existential threats, atoll nations are not standing idly by. They are implementing adaptation strategies to mitigate the impacts of climate change. These include building seawalls and coastal defenses, developing drought-resistant crops, and relocating communities to higher ground. However, these efforts require significant financial resources and technical expertise. The international community has a moral obligation to support atoll nations in their struggle for survival. Financial assistance, technology transfer, and capacity building are crucial for enhancing their resilience. More importantly, global efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global warming are paramount.